Allison Denofrio, and I am retired from Shasta County Clerk and Elections Office.
And I'm Michael Denofrio, and I am the supervising painter at Chico State University.
I am quite involved in lots of different things. I definitely like gardening, which I think a lot of people do. I love rocks, and I love socializing. So I've got myself pretty involved with Paradise and some of the organizations up here. So I hope to get more involved to help this community grow.
My hobby for the last several years has been work, basically. That's pretty much what I do. I do enjoy sports. As far as watching at this stage of my life, I'm not playing much anymore. I do enjoy that, but right now, most of my free time is spent either working on our house or somebody else's house.
So one of my most memorable moments of our rebuild was actually before we started rebuilding, and it was when we still had all of the rubble here. We had the cremains of my husband's father, brother, and sister, and of my father in the house. So of course, with the fire, it took everything, and had no idea that we'd ever be able to retrieve those. I heard through a friend that there was this organization, the Canine Institute of Forensics, who they bring out their animals, their dogs, to come out and sniff out cremains. Not, of somebody who's passed in the fire, but the cremains that you already had before. So we had them come out, and to watch this dog work the house or work the property was just so touching and so amazing. It really, really just brought a lot of peace actually back to my heart.
The favorite part for me, I think there's a lot of favorites because it comes in different stages of being here. And initially, being able to get back up and see the house after the fire is obviously it's tough to call that a favorite part of everything, but it was very needed. It was very emotional, and it was a moment we had to have with the house to basically let it to let it go and for us to move on in what we were trying to do. But as far as the rebuild, the favorite in my rebuild, I think, is once the foundation was poured and the forms were all taken off, then it was something's happening. We're heading in the right direction, and we're going to get back into a house. We're going to have something we want, and we're going to move from there. So I think that I would say that was my favorite time. Our favorite thing to have in our rebuild for me personally, was the kitchen area. Right, it was going to be the giant island cabinet with the giant countertop, and that was the main thing. I enjoy being in the kitchen. I enjoy cooking. I like everything about it. That was my biggest issue. That was the thing I wanted the most out of it. And the other thing, my lifelong dream, was a front porch. I've never had a front porch. It's like, if we're going to rebuild a house, I'm going to have a front porch that I can go sit on and have a cocktail at night and watch the sun go down.
Yes, definitely. And to go along with that, I wanted windows, and I got windows from everything. Every room that I am in has a window looking out to the front, a very big window, from our bedroom to this room here, to our living room, to our kitchen, and then my office is on the other side there. So I can see the neighborhood coming home, and I can see the kids walking by, and I can see what my dogs are barking at. And we never had a view out our front of the house, of the original house, and to be able just to sit here and look out. Now we can see the sunset. Yes, it's sad to have lost so many trees, but the silver lining we always look for is that now we can sit here and I can look out my window and I can see that sunset, and it just takes my breath away.
Okay, so my favorite thing to come back to the town so far is it's a combination of things, right? It is the events, because they're a lot of fun, and with my wife being as involved as she is in those, we participate in pretty much all of those that happen in town, and the party in the park and the whole thing is fantastic, and it's always a lot of fun. But it's also good to see the restaurants open back up and get some life back up here, get people moving around, give people options and choices of places to go to have something to eat. And we're really looking forward to that. We like a nice like a nice bar and grill kind of a situation, and you know, and we do go to Nick's on a regular basis, and we get around. We've been to the Cozy Diner several times in their bar area back there too,
And Jen's place.
And Jen's place, yeah, Jen's place too. We've been there a few times, but yeah, that's what's the best for me so far.
Yeah, and again, to go along with that, I'm a board member of the Paradise Ridge Chamber of Commerce, and I am an ambassador for the new businesses, and I assist with doing the ribbon cuttings. And to almost have firsthand experience of seeing these new businesses open up is just so exciting. And I love the energy of the people that are there and the community that comes together. And each time you see a new face, and you know, a lot of the faces that have been around for a while, but it's just a great way to show that yes, we are coming back. And then I get on my Instagram and I tell all my hundreds of thousands, no, just my, you know, lots of friends out there, to show them this is what's happening. Yeah, we've been through a lot, but we're coming back, and it's a great place to live and to raise your kids, and lots of activities to do. So come on up. This house is actually designed by my best friend from birth, and just through talking to her about what we wanted, we had within a few weeks this 12-page professional drawn out house. Took it to the town, and literally in a week's time they had it done. They didn't return it back to us, and we were able to pretty much build our dream home. This is a custom built home of what we wanted, with the front porch and the windows and the big kitchen island and everything like that. So
we really do enjoy Paradise, right? We enjoy the, you know, winter time's coming, you know, the ice skating rink and all the stuff that goes on at Terry Asher Park, you know, the Johnny Appleseed days, they've been back in front. We enjoy being up here. We love our lot, we love our location, and it ended up being really a no-brainer for us that we were going to rebuild. That was the only way for us to go.
okay,
Why did we choose to rebuild?
It took us a while.
We waited a long time.
Yeah.
We waited a long time. We sat back and watched, and we went to every little presentation that the city offered for contractors and the whole thing, and listened to people. And we met with contractors, and we were moving out of state one minute, now, you know, and then we're back, and now we're, you know, we never did move, but and you know, and then we were doing manufactured home, and then we were doing a stick built, then we were doing a block home, then was another manufactured home, and we're pretty close to.
And we're new to the Ridge. We bought our house in August of 2016 and basically moved in January of 17. So we weren't here very long. I befriended somebody who had a rock shop on Skyway, Paradise Rocks, and after doing that, I ended up taking a little corner of her shop and selling some of the crafts that I like to make, which are upcycling yard art. And we were just getting started, and we hadn't been doing it for very long. So from March 18, and then the fire happened in November. So I hadn't really gotten a chance to meet the community. It's all still really fresh for us. We see something of what can be and what is going to be. It's, you know, people are coming in from out of the area. COVID, the little silver lining with that, people saw how they could work from home. So these people that live in the city and are done with the traffic and the craziness and the high expenses that the city gives you, they can come up here and they can work from their computer right from, you know, this beautiful place. You know, they got stars they can look out at nighttime, and it's peaceful, and you hear hawks, and you hear crickets, and you hear frogs, and it's just so peaceful. So for those that are thinking about it, you've got to do what your heart, you know, feels good about. So come up, spend some time, get into the community, you know, come to our different events, and just see what talks to you.
Yeah, well, she absolutely nailed it right on the head. I talk to people at work all the time, and they at that point in their life they made the right decision for themselves, and that's fine, and they can do that. I tell them, I'll just come up to Party in the Park to see what's going on, see what it looks like. Come up to the ice rink, see what it looks like, see what's happening. Come up and be a part of the community. Spend some time up here, and it's you'll find out that it may not be what you think it is, right? That it's heading in the right direction, and it's going to come back. It's on its way back, and it's going to thrive. I don't know if I have words of wisdom or not, but the bottom line is that you have to do what's right for yourself. Okay, whatever you feel good about is what to do. And we've heard the word silver lining mentioned all the time. That's how we look at life, right? It may be devastating, it may be awful at that time, but there's a silver lining there. Figure it out, look at it, find it, and then go with that, run with that, let go of the rest of it. It's like, the fire happened, we went through our grief, we went through our anger, we went through the whole thing, we hung on, we hung on, we hung on, and there's time when you just have to move on instead of hang on. And that's what we decided to do.
I can't top that. You said it.